Coach?
Congratulations to Clemson. They obviously played great, especially defensively. Played great defensively. I know they've had a bunch of injuries this season, but one place where they really weren't affected was their defense. And they played lights out defensively. There's a reason they held Georgia to 3 points in the very first game, other than a punt return for a touchdown. Obviously, Georgia didn't score a touchdown, and that was the defense that we saw out there tonight. And we certainly didn't play well ourselves. I want to apologize to our fans for that performance. It starts with me as the head coach. That Gamecock walk before the game, I don't think I've ever been a part of anything like that in my entire coaching career. The electricity, the energy in that stadium was amazing, and I appreciate what our fans did. We challenged them, and they were awesome tonight. Awesome. And sorry we didn't play better for you. That's a hurt locker room in there right now, hurt for our seniors. But again, just told them in the locker room, everybody's disappointed. We hurt. There's a lot of tears in that locker room right now. We're not going to let one game define this group. We've done way too many good things and fought our butts off throughout the season to be sitting here at 6 wins. And then this is a critical month coming up for us in December. Thank God we are bowl eligible. It's a great accomplishment for this football team. And I'm so happy that we get another month together as a football team. And we've got to get better and continue to improve. This is just the beginning of Carolina football. We're not going anywhere. We're only continuing to get better and continuing to work so we don't have nights like these. Got off to a horrific start. Just not good football, not good coaching, not good playing. Just way too many mistakes offensively and defensively in that first quarter. And, just got ourselves in a hole like we have all year. We continue to fight and battle, but we're not in the moral victories around here. Got to play better, got to coach better, and wasn't good enough tonight. So with that, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Ben Portnoy with the first one.
Shane, first off, I know you mentioned that defense. Just what did you see from them that they did to maybe slow the running game down? And then two, I know you're just walking off the field, but as far as are you anticipating any kind of staff changes or anything like that over the next month? Is that something that you decide after the bowl game, or how does that kind of work on your end?
Come on, Ben. We just walked off the field. We'll evaluate the football team after the season. We won a game last week and we're ready to anoint people coach of the year. And one night we had a bad night. So like we do at the end of every season, I will sit down with Coach Tanner and Chance Miller and look at what the best thing for our program is going forward. And the thing I'm excited about doing is getting on the road recruiting tomorrow and meeting with the team and learning from this one like we always do, and getting on the road and going to continue to find and recruit great players here. We had a bunch of guys here tonight and they saw an amazing environment. And I told them before the game when I met with the recruits that this is just the beginning, that we're going to have a lot of nights like this here in Columbia, South Carolina. And in regards to what they were doing, they're, like I told you when you asked that question after the Georgia game, Ben, they're really, really good. And there's a reason that, they've got guys all over that defensive line that were recruited by everybody in the country. And they're extremely, extremely well coached. They play hard. They are in the right place at the right time. They do so much defensively. Hats off to them because they're able to execute so many different things, and it's hard to get a beat on them on what they're doing. They're just they do a great job coaching, and it showed tonight.
David?
Shane, any thought on that last drive of kicking the field goal just to spoil the shutout and get Parker the record?
No, not really. Probably should have for Parker, and I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you, David. I was just trying to score a touchdown, and we were down there, and I don't know. I know we don't want to get shut out, but I'm not really big into kicking field goals to lose 30-3.
Colin Taylor?
Shane, what did you think of the offensive game plan going into tonight, and how frustrating is it to see signs of progress against the Auburns and the Floridas of the world and then kind of take two steps back tonight?
Yeah, extremely frustrating. I mean, we knew it was going to be a challenge coming into this thing. I mean, they're really good defensively, and they've been a problem for everybody. And we knew they were disruptive. I told you guys on Tuesday. I mean, their defense is their top four in the nation in sacks, and they're top four in the nation in tackles for loss, and they're one of the best defenses in the country. And they showed it tonight. I mean, I liked our plan going in. Really felt like we were going to be able to run the football, and we weren't able to, and we weren't able to do much of anything. But really did feel good about it going into it. You know, the first quarter was just tough from a field position standpoint. We could never get the field position flipped. We were backed up and couldn't really execute our offense like we wanted to execute it because of the field position. And we got to get ourselves out of those situations. And then we had a critical interception, I think, down there that gave them points. And certainly we got to be better in coming out offense. But overall, I mean, I felt good about it going into it. Just give them credit, and we didn't help ourselves with too many self-inflicted mistakes too.
Dick Cox.
Shane, you finish the regular season 6-6, and now you get a chance to go to bowl. What would it mean to you and to this program to get a winning season in your first year here at South Carolina?
Yeah, it would be huge. You know, the bowl is going to be great for us to get our team better, Dick, and improve the roster that we have. It's great when you're able to go to a bowl game because it's basically like an extra spring practice, and we've got a lot of young guys that were out there playing tonight that are going to be key players for us next year, and some freshmen that we are redshirting that we've got to continue to get better. So it's great for that, but it would be great, you know, but more importantly for our seniors, you know, for what they've done for this program. I mean, I told them in the locker room, they've completely changed Carolina football in 1 year, you know, with the way that they've led this football team and the way people think about us now, and the fight and the competitive spirit that we show, and the way we battle, and the future is bright, and I'm excited about the future. And nights like these stink really, really bad, but I'm really excited about the future and the opportunity to send these seniors out with a win and honor them for all, you know, they've done for this program, because they wanted this one bad, obviously, against these guys. And you know, I told them in the locker room, I'm sorry that I didn't do a better job of having us ready to execute at a higher level, because I know how important this game was for them.
Gene Sapico.
Shane, what about your defense against their offense? And then you talked about how you're going to get out on the road recruiting right away. What about the transfer portal? What's the timetable with that? Is that something that has to be completed coming and going before Christmas, or can that go past the first of the year coming and going with guys?
Yeah. First question. I thought our defense was good. I mean, we wanted going into it. We knew we needed to stop the run. And obviously when they ran the ball 43 times for 265 yards, we didn't do a good enough job of that. The back's a really good player. I mean, they went for 333 last week on Wake Forest. And a lot of it early, Gene, was just, you know, guys just trying to do too much and impress him, which, you know, I was worried about that a little bit coming into the game because you want it so bad. Just didn't do a great job of just staying in our gap and trying to do too much at times. And it ended up being the back's got great vision. Shipley does, and he's able to, you know, dart around in there and find a crease and spit out of there. And then we didn't do a great job of tackling in the first half. So in the first quarter, especially, I thought we settled down and that we put those guys in some tough positions too. Some fourth downs that we went for, and turnovers and backed up where we didn't get the ball out. So they were in some tough positions. Our defense was for sure. And I thought they played better as the game went on. We wanted to stop the run. We didn't do good enough job of that. We wanted to make the quarterback beat us. He was 9 of 19 for 99 yards and an interception. So certainly the passing game, I thought our defensive backs made some fantastic one-on-one plays out there on their receivers. And I know they got a bunch of hurt ones, but they got some really good ones out there too. those corners and safeties I thought played really well. And then as far as recruiting goes, the transfer portal is kind of ongoing. I mean, there's guys that are in the portal right now that we're interested in, that we're recruiting. And there'll be some guys, I'm sure, that pop into it, as the rest of the year goes on, Gene, and then even after January. So, you're constantly trying to balance your 85 scholarships and whatnot. But that's something that is kind of already at work and something that will continue to be going forward along with high school recruiting.
Phil Kornblut.
Hey, Shane, got to believe Gamecock fans are really in the dumps over what's going on with the Clemson series now at 7 in a row. Any message for them that you can give them to kind of give them hope about the head-to-head competition with Clemson moving forward?
I mean, we're all in nobody's happy about the performance tonight. And like I said at the beginning, Phil, I'm sorry we didn't play better. They were amazing tonight. And I would just reiterate again, we're not going anywhere. And we're only going to continue to get better as a football program. And tonight was a great night for South Carolina that you had an amazing environment in this stadium tonight. And this is a fantastic rivalry. It's one of the greatest ones in college sports. And I wish we had played better for our fans. But, Clemson's not going anywhere. They're continuing to recruit at a high level, and we're not going anywhere. We're continuing to recruit at a high level and continuing to get better. And, there's been way too many good things, this season. And I know we all wanted this one really, really bad. This is the fifth time, I guess, I've played in this or coached in this rivalry. And I know how bitter and heated it is. And I hate it for our fans, but we're coming and we'll get there.
Last one goes to Corey Diaz.
Yes, Shane, and kind of on the other side of that coin, a lot of people that I had talked to coming into tonight talked about this team giving the fans hope coming into tonight against a Clemson team. How much do you feel like that speaks to how this team has overcome a lot of things this year and been able to get to 6 wins, get that bowl game, and just give this fan base that kind of hope coming into tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks volumes about our kids. I mean, I know our fans wanted it bad tonight, and they didn't want it any more than what the kids in that locker room did. And they continue to compete, and the defense kept going out there and battling, and the offense, it wasn't pretty, but we went out there and battled, and that's what this group is about. And we just gotta be more consistent, Corey. The disappointing thing is we have a great win over Florida, and then we have a so-so performance against Missouri. Then we have a great win over Auburn, and we had not a good performance tonight versus Clemson, and that's where we've got to mature and be better. And we tried to coach them harder, this week, and we talked about everything that we did against Auburn being even more intense and more physical and more competitive and more just consistent throughout the game, guarding against it. And our guys were certainly ready to play. We just didn't execute well. And again, congrats to Dabo, and you tip your cap to Clemson. They did what they needed to do to win the football game.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.